What is going on, everyone? It's Super here and welcome to another Injustice video, and today we're going to be doing another Q&A. As always, if you have your own question, leave it down in the comments section. I'll get to it eventually. I still have a backlog of questions, but I'm going to try to get as many as I can answered here. So the first one doesn't come from a specific person, it's more so a general question, which is, what are my opinions on Starfire, and is she my favorite character from Fighter Pack number 1? Or, you know, a lot of people have also asked me, what are my general opinions on Fighter Pack number 1? So first, I'll start off with the Starfire answer. Based on my uploads and the amount of videos I've made with her so far and still want to make in the future, you guys could probably see that I really love Starfire. I think she plays very unique, well, not very unique, but I think she has her unique playstyle compared to a lot of other characters. I think the Star Bolts really help that playstyle because you could cancel any of your special moves into Star Bolt for extra damage. She is, once you get used to her, I don't think she's like beginner friendly right at the start. She's very easy to use once you figure her playstyle out and how to convert on certain things like her overhead. Once you start learning how to do that, she does become very easy to play. But I think she's awkward when you first pick her up. I was struggling a lot the first couple hours that I played her, because actually not the first couple hours, like the first hour and a half that I played her, I was struggling a lot because she ends up putting herself in situations based on her moves where you have to convert, you know, into damage, into her, air flying move, and many other things. She has good tools. She has some stuff like her forward 2 that is not completely real all the time. And what I mean by that is, let's just say for me, for example, if I do like a meter burn back 3, that it literally just happened on screen. If I do a meter burn back 3, I am very plus on block. It's like +5 because all meter burn back 3s are, except for like Catwoman and a couple others that are really good. So what I do is forward 2 and the opponent always gets hit. Normally they always get hit. And what you could do after that is, if I do hit you on block with that, all you have to do is uppercut. If you think I'm going to do it, uppercut my ass. So she does have some stuff that isn't real, but as far as do I like the character? Yeah, she's my favorite female character to play at the moment in Injustice 2. And she's also my favorite character from Fighter Pack number 1. Sub-Zero, I'll always have like a love for Sub-Zero because I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan, but he does play very, very similar to Mortal Kombat X. That's why he's probably not my favorite of the DLC characters, just because I played so much in Mortal Kombat X, and he's more of a legacy character with some, you know, added mechanics to his game. He's still a lot of fun. He in my opinion, he still has the best gear in Injustice 2. But Starfire, I'm really having fun playing with her, and I'm like, I can't wait to play more Starfire. As far as Red Hood, I think, you know, to me, he was a little bit disappointing. I thought he would play a little bit more offensive. His mind doesn't work like I hoped it would, maybe like Hunter Predator. But regardless, I still think if you play Red Hood a certain way, he could still be very fun. But his best, you know, play style is to, you know, sort of keep you away, throw the mines out there, throw the ninja stars, you know, do the lunge if you get a little bit too close. But he's still fun at times. But, you know, compared to Sub-Zero and Starfire, I would definitely say that, you know, Red Hood by far is my least favorite of Fighter Pack 1. So my opinions, my general opinions on Fighter Pack 1 is that I think a lot of people got, you know, a little bit of everything. I think all the Injustice fans got a little bit of everything. You had people who love Mortal Kombat, you know, give us Sub-Zero. He's fun. He has some of the best gear. You can make Scorpion, you can make Ermac, Rain, Reptile, all the classic ninjas. You had people who absolutely love Red Hood, most requested DLC character ever, other than like Spawn, obviously. And then you have people who love, you know, Starfire, the same thing, one of the most requested characters ever. So I think a lot of people got a little bit of you know, something that they liked in Fighter Pack 1. So I'll definitely rate it a 8 out of 10. It would have been 10 out of 10, but in my opinion, Red Hood was a little bit disappointing. So those are my thoughts on Fighter Pack 1, and I absolutely love Starfire. So definitely expect more Starfire gameplay in the future. Jane asks, do you see DLC characters getting premiere skins like a Blackfire skin for Starfire? And then she went on to say, you know, of course, if a shader is named after a premiere skin like Bizarro, you know, of course, there's still a chance that you could have that specific, you know, name or character be a premiere skin like, of course, Bizarro. But I definitely do not think that the DLC characters for Injustice 2 will get premiere skins before the original cast. I really don't see a Blackfire premiere skin. I see, you know, I see characters who are on the main roster get premiere skins, but I don't see any DLC characters get premiere skins. This was sort of similar like with Jason in Mortal Kombat X when he became a DLC character. I was like, oh my god, there's no way they could not do a Jason X costume. And I was, you know, wishing for it. Never came true. None of the DLC characters ever got extra costumes, and I think it's going to be the same with premiere skins. Now, I'm not saying that they're not going to get new gear, because of course NetherRealm's going to add new gear in the future. Maybe they add a, you know, some sort of Blackfire gear set. I don't know if there's currently a Blackfire gear set or not. But as far as like premiere skin changing, you know, voice actors and all that, no, I definitely do not think a Blackfire premiere skin is going to happen. Nor any premiere skin for any of the future DLC characters. So here we go. Alex asks, do you use a fight stick? No, I do not, Alex. I use a Xbox One controller on both consoles. And the way I do that is I use a Brook converter from Xbox 360 and Xbox One to PS4, because I just feel more comfortable playing with the Xbox One controller, because the directional buttons are not as sensitive as the PS4 controller. But of course, personal preference. I think the majority of people are fine using the PS4 controller. It's just, you know, my personal preference. So I do not use a fight stick. I haven't used one in a very, very long time, since the arcade days. Mr. Crenshaw asked, let's see, what do you think is the best and worst people to play in Injustice 2? Well, people are going to play the way they want to play. They paid their money to, you know, use whatever character in whatever manner they want. But that doesn't mean that we can't not, or it doesn't mean that we have to like the way that they play. And of course, you guys know the people who I hate playing are people who just walk back. And it's sort of it's more of a joke whenever I say it, like exaggerated, you know what I mean? But it's okay to walk back. It's all good. You know, there's defensive play, there's offensive play. But the people who really like, oh my god, it makes the game so boring because it's just a chase, are the ones that never walk forward. They never do anything offense. They just walk back the entire time. That is when I'm like, ugh, I don't even want to play this match. It's so fucking boring. Even like Darkseid players, they teleport occasionally, they have setups, you know what I mean? I played a lot of Darkseid players who zone a lot of the time, but then they know when to come in. But the people who just walk back, that is what, it doesn't get me frustrated, it doesn't like get me angry or anything like that. It just makes the game boring for me, personally. And it just makes it not fun. But hey, it's fun for the people who are doing it, I guess, to walk back. So I'm gonna keep saying walk back. But of course, as always, keep in mind that even though I do like dislike it when it's all people do, it's more of a joke still. It's like a running joke with Injustice 2, because everyone knows that the stages are giant and people love to walk back. So it's more of a joke when I say it, and probably when other people say it. But it does make the game a lot less fun when 100% of the time it's just walk back. So those are the kind of people I don't like playing against. Also, people who don't have good connection, just it kills the fun immediately. I could be having fun for hours. I get one guy who, you know, keeps teleporting or has like really bad McDonald's Wi-Fi internet, and now you could see visually who has Wi-Fi and who doesn't. So those kind of guys are like, you know, there's nothing you could do about that because it's just the way the connection is. So that's pretty much what gets me in Injustice 2, like negatives, or the people I don't like playing against. People with like absolutely horrible internet, and people who walk back 100% of the time, never take a step forward. All right, the Master asks, who is the hardest character to play in Injustice 2? I think the hardest character to play in Injustice 2 is Swamp Thing. He might not be mechanically hard, but it's just really hard to win with that character. Joker's another one of those characters that's very hard to play, because you have to know your combos. You have to, you know, have some setups with Chattering Teeth. You have to have a lot of that you don't have to worry about with other characters, because Joker, where he shines the most, is in the corner, but it's very hard to get people in the corner. So Joker, Swamp Thing, coincidentally, two of my personal favorite characters. I would definitely say that the Flash, even though he's a momentum-based character and he's very offensive, sometimes his tools, for me personally, you know, cause me to make mistakes. You know, like maybe I throw out back two a little bit from like too far out. I just struggle winning with the Flash. Like mechanically, he's not too hard to play. Slow down combos aren't as hard as they look, but just for me personally, I sometimes struggle winning with the Flash. But in my opinion, Swamp Thing and Joker are up there as two of the hardest characters. You could pick one or the other. They're both bottom tier. All right, so DMLX asks, do you think character assist modifiers in the multiverse give us clues as to who the next DLC characters will be? EX, John Constantine, El Diablo, Talon. I do not think so, because there's too many. There's a lot of the modifiers are more of a, you know, NetherRealm giving a little nod to these characters and putting them in the game one way or the other, because you also have you know, modifiers for characters like Ares, stuff like that. They look really cool, you know, but I definitely don't think that they're an indicator that those characters are going to be DLC. But I do enjoy watching like the special moves that come out with those characters, you know, assists. I think it's awesome. It's a nice little addition to the game. Sam asks, do you think that Injustice will turn into a long-running game series, potentially having 10 games like Mortal Kombat? I don't know if they'll go that far with 10 games. That's a long-ass time. I don't know if, you know, like Ed Boon is even going to be working anymore on the games. He might be retired. But I definitely think that there will be more Injustice games in the future, for sure. Like Injustice, especially with how big comic book movies are, Injustice is a big money maker. And now that they have, you know, Mortal Kombat X and Injustice, really good for business for WB. And I think it definitely gives, you know, some creative freedom or creative like leeway to the guys who work at NetherRealm. They don't only have to focus on Mortal Kombat, and they don't only have to focus on Injustice. So alternating between the two, I think, is definitely beneficial to the guys over at NetherRealm, and of course it makes them a lot of money. So yeah, definitely think that Injustice, damn, I can't believe I missed that punish right there. Injustice will be a long-running franchise with many more titles. I can't believe that happened as well. That's crazy. I forgot that doesn't combo. I should have just blocked. But here we go. A couple more questions here. Let's see. Black and Jack, do you think they should add a CW Zoom Premiere skin and a CW Flash skin? I think the Flash is good on Premiere skins. As much as you could do with the Flash with different costumes, he already has 2 Premiere skins, while some characters have 0. So I think the Flash is good on Premiere skins. I'd rather see a Premiere skin, you know, than put time into another character. All right, last question here. Mackenzie asked, what Premiere skin would you like to see that might represent some more obscure characters, like Ocean Master skin for Aquaman, for example? I don't know. I don't think this is an obscure like character, but I really would like to see a Thomas Wayne Batman premiere skin with new dialogue and all that good stuff. I just want to see the interactions between Batman and his dad, you know, from Flashpoint, of course. In that paradox, in that like alternate timeline, Thomas Wayne becomes Batman, and I always really like the way his costume looks. I believe they did have a Flashpoint Batman costume for the first Injustice game. So I'm actually surprised that there's no gear for that, but I would really like to see a premiere skin for, you know, Flashpoint Batman. So that's gonna be it. Like I said, I don't know if that's obscure, probably not, but it's just something that I just thought about right now. Can't really think of an obscure character that I would want to see. I would really have to think about that. Write in the comment section who you guys would like to see. But that's gonna be the end of today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. What's going on? It's Super here, and thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you guys subscribed if you are not already. Also, check out any of these videos linked at the top. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.